This is your 1.2.4 notes, video number 1. The topic is justifying line and angle relationships. And our learning target is given one side length of a 30, 60, 90 triangle. I can use the special right triangle pattern to quickly determine the length of the other two sides. So in class, we discovered the pattern, and we know with a 30, 60, 90 right triangle, we have a short leg and a long leg. So I identify that. If I put my finger on the 30-degree angle, the side opposite the 30-degree angle, this is our short leg. I'll just go SL for short leg. I put my finger on the 60-degree angle, the side opposite that side is the long leg. And the hypotenuse is always the hypotenuse. We know that's the side across from the right angle. Put your finger on the right angle, side opposite is the hypotenuse. So the relationship we discovered is if I have the short leg, I simply take the short leg and multiply it by the square root of 3 to give me the long leg. If I have the short leg and I want the hypotenuse, I multiply by 2. Now going backwards, if I have the long leg and I want to go back to the short leg, I divide by the square root of 3. And if I have the hypotenuse and I want to go back to the short leg, I divide by 2. So for example, if this is 10, then we know that this is going to be 10 square roots of 3, and this side would be 20. Okay, if I started with a different number, let's use blue here. Let's say I said this side is 50, then we know the short leg's half of 50. 50 divided by 2 is 25, and then this would be 25 square roots of 3. All right, one more example here real quick. If I said that this is 100 square roots of 3, right? We divide by square root of 3, so I get this to be just 100, and then this side would be 200. So let's look at some more specific examples here for this target. So here we have a 30, 60, 90. So I know it shows me 30, but we know this it would have to be 60 degrees because triangle sum is 180 degrees. And what side did they give us? Well, finger on the 30-degree angle, they gave us the 14. So they gave us the short leg. All right, so if I know the short leg's 14, to get to the hypotenuse, I double it. So 2 times 14 is 28. All right, to go from the short leg to the long leg, I know it's the long leg because it's opposite the 60-degree angle. So I just go multiply by the square root of 3. So 14 square roots of 3. All right, next example. This time they gave me the hypotenuse, right? The hypotenuse is 6. Well, that's 60 degrees, so no, this is the 30 here. So this is my short leg. So to go from the hypotenuse to the short leg, I'm going to divide by 2, and I get this side to be 3. Now to go from the short leg to the long leg, I multiply by the square root of 3, so this is 3 square roots of 3. I must note here, we always must go through the short leg. So there's not a way to go directly from the hypotenuse all the way to the long leg, or from the long leg all the way to the hypotenuse. We always want to drive through the short leg. So sometimes on a test, they might give you the hypotenuse and only ask you for the long leg. So they might not put anything here. You just need to figure this out, the short leg, before you go to the long leg each time. All right, one more example. This time they gave me, here's a 60-degree angle. They gave me the long leg. Oh, this is a hard one. This is about as hard as they get. So I want to go from the long leg to the short leg. I want to go this way. So to do that, I'm going to divide by the square root of 3. So it's going to be 12 divided by the square roots of 3. Well, we learned in class is we're not allowed to keep the radical in the denominator. We have to do what's called rationalize the denominator. So to do that, we're going to multiply the top and bottom by the square root of 3. Because what number is that you're multiplying by? That's right, it's 1. Right? We're multiplying by 1. So we're not changing the value of this problem. So then I get 12 square roots of 3 divided by 3. Because square root of 3 times square root of 3 is just 3. Or you think it was square root of 9, which becomes 3. All right, now I can simplify here, because these are factors. So pull out the 3's and you're left with 4 square roots of 3. Oops, wrong spot. So my short leg is 4 square roots of 3. All right, so now with the hypotenuse, what do? We multiply that by 2. So this is 4 square roots of 3, and we're going to multiply that by 2. Well, we know 2 times 4 is 8, so this is going to be 8 square roots of 3. And that's it for the 30, 60, 90. Next video will be on the 45, 45, 90. We have 2 types of special right triangles that we know the pattern for. Stay tuned for the next video.